Hey folks, Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to another Thursday live stream. How are you all today? Today I'll say a very good evening. I'll wish a very good evening to all those names which I can read in the initial few minutes. Sanyogita, Vivek, Samir, Rama, Ashwin, Rajesh, Hemant, Umang, Narendra. Kya baat hai? After a long time, I called out so many names. So very very good evening to everyone, and it feels yes, now a lot of names are coming in. Sharman, Shri, Shail, Prithvi. Umang is a new joinee. Okay. Chandan, Neha, Prasanna, Pankaj. Oh, so hello everyone. And today, as usual, being a Thursday live stream, we are going to discuss 2-3 important points. We are going to discuss number one about some macroeconomic events. I'm sure you might have followed what has happened with the Fed meeting. You have also checked out, hopefully, what was about the RBI meeting outcome, and also trading. TradingView is the website that we are going to refer to understand where do we stand right now. Could there be a consolidation in Nifty, or could there be a breakout in Nifty? That is what we are going to discuss right now. So without wasting time, we are going to quickly jump on to my presentation, and for that, let me just share my screen. All right, so these are some key points for you on a macroeconomic basis. The Fed rate hike happened yesterday, that is on 2nd November 2022. US has increased the Fed rate by 75 basis points. Okay, so 0.75% in short. Fourth consecutive 75 basis points hike by the Fed, and sixth rate hike in the year. Okay. Well, during the press conference, even Chairperson Jerome Powell, whatever, also noted the ultimate level of interest rates will be higher than previously expected. So, whatever was the ultimate level of interest rates, we still believe that there could be some more to that. So, now for that, I'm just going to take you to one slide on this page. It's a data which has been taken from the Reuters website. Okay, pretty famous, and a website on which we can surely rely. Okay, now I'm going to quickly tell you this data, something new we are discussing today. Okay, so the dotted line talks about the inflation target. So from 2004, you can see this is the dotted line, and that is the inflation target. You can see many a times it was at least closer to that, and somewhere around 2008, you can see here the inflation went, I mean, skyrocketed. It went to these levels of the PC inflation, right? It went to almost to the level of 4%, came down, it went below 0%. Okay, it can inflation go below 0%? Yes, that is nothing but the prices of goods and commodities will fall. Okay, then again it was somewhere around that, and then you can see after 2020 the inflation figure has just shot up like anything. Okay, has it gone well beyond the target inflation rate? Yes, of course. Here you can also see two graphs which are shooting up simultaneously. Okay, so something new I'm telling you. One, you can see here Fed's balance sheet, dollars in trillion, and here you can see a sharp spike here. Correct, sharp spike, kind of sideways, and again kind of a side spike, and then it's kind of cooling off. So Fed's balance sheet, it means somewhere that they are pumping more and more dollars in the economy. Fed's balance sheet size will increase if they are pumping more and more dollars in the economy, right? So now what happens is that if you are giving a lot of dollars in the economy, automatically the purchasing power of the people is going to increase. If that be so, inflation is going to rise. So this is more of a demand side inflation that can happen because of this big rise in the Fed's balance sheet. Okay, so I hope you have understood. Today we talked about something new. Whenever we see this Fed's balance sheet is increasing, it means they're printing more money and they're putting more money in the market for circulation. Is that going to lead to a demand side inflation? Yes. Why? Because the money is not at all dearer. People can easily get access to money. They have the spending power, and that is the reason why inflation increases, and that is why it has shot up. Okay, even the fund target rate, it's something like a repo rate. Okay, so like we have repo rate in India, they have the Fed fund rate, and that is the Fed fund target rate. Inflation is way beyond that. Okay, so everyone knows as of now, yes, things are still not right in the United States as far as inflation is concerned. uh, If you remember, I have also done one video on, I'll just stop sharing my screen. I just recollected this. I thought of sharing this incidents with you. One of my friends who lives in Europe, and if you remember on our channel, we have talked about the energy crisis. We have talked about increasing energy bills in in the areas of Europe and UK, right? So he was telling me the other day why he considered. So let me not talk about brands, but why he considered buying a brand watch rather than a B brand watch, for a simple reason, because he said a brand watch requires more charging. It requires charging in one day, and that will increase his electricity bill. And that is the reason why he was going to go ahead with a B brand watch, which was going to be charged like in once in 4 or 5 days. He said that is the level of increase in electricity bill that we are actually facing right now. So if that be so, it's not very easy for everyone to take a load of all these expenses. And that is not only the case in Europe. They are not the ones who are facing the heat of inflation. uh, as we are mentioning right now, US is also bearing the brunt of inflation to a big extent. India is also definitely higher, I mean, at a higher level than expected, but still it is within control, is what we believe. We are also going to talk about India's position in another 2 to 3 minutes, right? Uh, so basically, what went up, what happened was that after Paul's speech, Nasdaq, S&P 500 both fell. S&P 500 fell by almost 2.5%. Nasdaq fell by almost 3.3%. And this his speech was not at all taken positively by the market. Okay, now what happened today? Now, interesting point. We are talking about India now. So I hope everyone has understood about Fed, what happened there. Now let's come to India. Today, an additional RBI meeting took place, and many of them also don't know about why this RBI meeting was held. Again, I'm stopping screen sharing. First, understand what is the thought process behind this. Uh, Majority of us who are following my Thursday live streams, they know that this meeting was not for a rate hike. Okay, this meeting was mainly because government had asked RBI to give a clarification on why RBI is not yet able to bring inflation under control. Okay. Now, when I read this for the first time, I was like, why is this even required? Why is I mean, is there, can RBI just say that, hey, we are trying, and ठीक है यार हो जाएगा, we are trying? Can RBI say that, or is RBI, uh, is there anything is there anything written in law which makes it mandatory for RBI to give a reason as to why they are not able to bring the inflation under control? So that was the basic doubt that I had in my mind. And when I got the answer for that, I thought I should be putting this in the presentation as well. So here you can see the RBI Act requires the Monetary Policy Committee to report to the government, very important, reasons for failure to meet the retail inflation target. Mhm. Now, the RBI Act itself has mentioned here that if you are failing to meet the inflation target, you have to give reasons to the government why this happened. And just for your reference, Section 45ZN of the Act says so. And this, let me just pull this up for you as well. This is where I've taken this from. Okay, failure to maintain inflation target. Just thought of pasting the link as well. But this is the first time, I think it was somewhere in 2016 that this was passed, relating to the MPC. And since that time, since 2016 till date, this was the first time that this had to take place. And RBI had to give reasons to our government as to why they were not able to curtail the inflation. Of course, there were a lot of points to that. Let's not go into that, but at least they are saying that, okay, we believe that things might get under control, right? Of course, you can also see on the screen right now that retail inflation has been above 6% since January. You can see here very clearly since January 6.0. Acha, by the way, how much? I'll just move on to the previous slide for a second. Yeah, this one. Target was 4%, and plus or minus 2% is allowed. Okay, so 4 plus 2, 6% that it was allowed. But here you can see since January, it's 6.01, 6.07, 6.95, la 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 la. It is continuously above 6. Okay, so this, as I mentioned, has happened for the first time. And then exactly, let's understand what Shashikanta Das said. And I think this is something really interesting to again read through. So I'll read it out for you. I'm presenting my screen. Okay. Shashikanta Das ji said that over the last 3 years, we have utilized the flexibility in the monetary policy framework to calibrate our actions to counter the adverse effects of COVID-19 and other international factors like the war in Ukraine. Now, the problem is that, understand this, with the Fed's increase in balance sheet, the demand side inflation picks up. Same thing happened with us also in India. Also, I'm sure if you have been following my channel since COVID times, I told you that how our government of India also came up with more and more of packages, relief packages or packages so that certain sectors are revived. So more and more packages are given, more and more spending power leads to more and more demand, and more demand is going to pent up to more and more of inflation. But not only that, it also happened that yes, the war in Russia, Ukraine also broke out, and that was the reason why supply side inflation also started to kick in. But Shashikanta Das ji says that we have refined our inflation forecasting methodology by incorporating new techniques and are delving deep into the granularity of inflation projections. Acha, anyways, so he's saying that we are trying to come up with that. We are trying to meet the targets. RBI did not come up. This is interesting. I want everyone to pay attention. RBI did not come up with the rate hike as per the broad expectations. So the cycle of rate hike shall continue with its next meeting scheduled in 5th to 7th December. So I'll tell you what this was. I have not copy pasted everything from the article, from whatever he said. But majorly he said that it was actually US who started the rate hike first. India started it later. And if US is doing 2 to 3 rate hikes, we are, technically speaking, we are left with very less choice but to increase the interest rates. And of course, that is what is ought to happen. Okay. So COVID-19 penting up the demand, increasing the demand side inflation, plus Russia-Ukraine war, coming up with the supply side inflation. So basically, all in all, if I were to put it in one nutshell, it just in a one single sentence, Shashikanta Das ji is saying that yes, we are trying our level best to cope up with this, but I believe that still India is doing way too better as compared to other countries. We did see of US, we did talk about India. Now let's check out what has happened with Bank of England today. Like we have RBI, England has Bank of England. The Bank of England raised interest rates from 2.25% to 3%. That is 75 basis points, biggest rate rise since 1989. As it is warned of a very challenging outlook for the economy. This is on the back of 40-year high inflation that England is going through. Remember the example of the watch that I talked about, right? So, all in all, I hope you have understood that it's not a very easy way that we are talking about. It is bad as far as the macroeconomics are concerned. Not at all a rosy picture. Be it India, be it US, be it any other country, like any other European country as well. There is a problem about inflation, right? I hope macroeconomic points are clear, and as usual, inflation in US, Europe, India, everywhere it is high. अब तो मेरे इतने से बोलने के बाद भी आपको एक चीज समझ में आनी चाहिए. अच्छा, I am able to see it clearly. Change the quality of video. Acha, video quality is not good. Prithvi, you might have not liked the video, and that is why the video quality is not good. On that note, even Allah had got it right. The first one was a very subtle integration that I tried to do. Only few people understood it, I guess. And that is the reason why if you want to quickly like the video until I turn on trading view and like करके ही stream देखना चालू किया. क्या बात है मुरली? Very nice. 400 likes, 1,800 people almost watching the stream. So people, if you like this data that I present every Thursday without fail, एक like तो बनता है, right? Chalo, moving ahead with Nifty. Now, if I were to take either a daily time frame or a weekly time frame, let me just clear off the drawings. Now you can see here, this one, it's more like a cup and handle. I know I've been talking about this as well. And even if I go to the weekly chart and if I zoom in, here you can see the latest one, right? Just use this. This one, it's a cup and a handle. Handle, but still. So I hope you have understood about this cup and handle pattern. We have talked about this quite a bit number of times. But the problem. So today, first time it has gone above this handle neckline. That is a good sign. We are hardly 2 to 3% away from the all-time highs. That is also a very good sign. If you remember, we had talked about this, that Nifty is in this zone. It would be very difficult for it to break this, and if it does, it will be amazing. Today is the first time it has broken above this level, but ultimately we have closed almost 30 points down. If you ask me, if I look only and only at Nifty, it is giving a very, very, very rosy picture. Even if you are just joining these lines, the wicks, Nifty has been above this line for 2 sessions back to back. Okay, now still why I don't look very happy. I'll give you the reason of Bank Nifty now. Have a look at Bank Nifty. If you look at this, even Bank Nifty is in a kind of a cup and handle pattern. It had full chance to come to the all-time highs. It is just, I mean, just a little bit away from the all-time highs, but still the rollover data and all that, whatever I look at, it's not looking very, very, very promising, even in the Bank Nifty. Uh, so I still not get, I still don't get a very convincing feeling about Nifty or Bank Nifty right now. Uh, I'll tell you one more reason for that as well. I'll also show you an option chain data so that you understand the pain that I see for Nifty going a little bit higher from this side. This is the 10th November data that I've pulled up for you now. Here you can see every 100 points from here. Okay, you can see 50,000 plus contracts on the call writing side. See it, 18,100, 58,000 call short. Acha, by the way, 18,000 is also in the money, also 66,000 call shorts. 18,100, 58,000, 18,200, 50,000, 18,300, 53,000. Okay, and 18,400 is not really a big barrier, but again 18,500 also 58,000. So you can see every 100-point rise, and there are 50,000 contracts open on the call side. Okay, now if you see here on the put side, what is the scenario with put side? You can see that there is a big relief here at 18,000. You can see that there are a lot of put writers which are sitting confidently at 18,000. You can see a lot of put writers even at 19,000, and so is the scenario with 17,800. Not a big number at 17,700, not a big number at 17,600. Okay, 500 being a round figure, we can see some more data here, but neither 700 nor 600. Now let us go back to the Nifty chart and understand what is the scenario. Now, if you see here, see, I'll just remove this drawing. What is this level for us? This is the 17,800 mark. At exactly the 17,800, we can see here also with highest put open interest. Of course, I'm not considering this right now. 18,000 obviously has to be the immediate support level. If this is broken, then I see a big support again at 17,800, and that can also be seen here, which we have already drawn this as a line. Okay, now if I were to check about what could be the next resistance level, now as per pivot, so there is, to be honest, nothing stopping right now, because acha, this is weekly, of course. Even if I go to the daily indicator right now, I'll just zoom the screen. For the daily indicator, here you can see 18,400. Okay, so 18,400 seems to be a resistance here, but I still believe that going to that level will also be a little bit difficult, for the simple reason today, if you the option chain data does not look very comfortable to me right now. As I mentioned, 66,000 in the money call short, 58,000, 50,000, 53,000. That makes me feel, so I'll just quickly conclude my thought process. The option chain data and technical analysis tell me that there is a great chance that Nifty may remain more or less sideways right now. A little bit down move maybe towards 17,800 may be possible, but I don't see it breaking away in the next 1 week. If it does, of course, I'm going to be really happy. I'm always bullish on the market. In the long term, I always be really, really happy when markets go up. But I believe that in the coming 1 month, it can be a little bit difficult for the markets to zoom up as per the option chain analysis data and as per technical analysis as well. So that was about some key points. Even as far as the stocks in news are concerned, I'm sure you have heard about Bharti Airtel. They surpassed 1 million customers on 5G network within 30 days of its commercial launch, and their network is still being built. So Bharti Airtel, of course, I believe is going to be one of the stocks to watch. I had discussed that as one of my small case in the previous Muhurat trading session as well. And this Muhurat also, I had talked about one basket. Pooja, if you're there on the stream and if you can figure out where the link is of the Muhurat basket, this year's Muhurat basket, you can just paste the link here. And there is one stock which was in common in the previous Muhurat basket as well as in the current Muhurat basket, and that is Bharti Airtel. It has already touched its 52-week high. The stock is doing really well, so it's going to be fun to watch that stock. It has gone up so much that we might see some sort of down move. Some sort of correction is a healthy correction, but all in all, in the medium to long term, I do see it in the upward trajectory, right? One more news that I read was about the cabinet approving the ethanol prices, and they have raised the bar of ethanol prices. Higher ethanol prices have been approved, and of course, it's going to be a positive news for companies like Praj Industries, right? Also, one more news which came across was about Axis Bank, and in that, uh, Bain Capital was the private equity major who sold almost 16.7 million shares, and because of which, I mean, that news might have triggered a downfall in the stock. Stock fell almost by 5% in the last three trading sessions. So, just was trying to figure out the reasons for the fall, and seems that yes, this is one of the reasons for the fall in Axis Bank, right? With that, let's quickly move on to the super chats. And Himanji says namaskar, namaskar Himanji. And next week, I'm traveling to the United States, and Himanji, I'm going to carry your chai that you have gifted me to the United States. I'll also carry some for my friends. So thank you for that. Um, Book Lal app. क्या है ये अंकित? Book Lal app. I've never heard about it. Book Lal app review. Buy or sell used books in whole America. Acha. I don't know about this. I'm yet to do any review on that. If I come across this, I'll let you know. Okay. Please explain about PEG ratio. Is it an important factor to filter stocks? What should be the ideal value? Okay. PEG is price earning to growth ratio. Okay. So it is as good as how much is the PE increasing versus how much is there a growth in the company. Okay. So ideally, a PEG of less than 1 is considered to be a good value. So that will basically say it's a cheaper one. So basically, the price earning has not increased by a percentage as compared to the increase in growth. Okay, I think I made a video on PG, or I've given some reference about PG in one of my YouTube videos as well. If you want, you can just check that out. Maybe some top 3 ratios, top 5 ratios, or something that like that video. I don't remember doing a dedicated video on PG because I don't use that personally. uh, Not bad, but I don't use it a lot to filter stocks. You can check that for sure though, right? And again, let me tell you, the ideal value will be that if PEG is less than 1, that will be treated as good, right? All right. अद्वैत काय म्हणतायत? आज ऑफिस मधूनच कनेक्टेड आहे, सोबत 4 मित्रांना पण घेऊन आलो आहे. त्यांच्यासाठी पहिलाच दिवस आहे. फनान्स दमदार होऊन जाऊन दे आजचे लाईफ. काय अद्वैत आवडते का नाही मित्रांना तेही सांग. आणि बॉस बघत नाही ना, बघ, नाही तर बॉस तुमचं पगार वगैरे कापेल बरं का, की काय टाइमपास चालू आहे ऑफिसमध्ये म्हणून. ओके, चलो. Next one is, hi, any views on Pennar Industries order value of 1001 crore received? I've never checked that stock. We'll quickly see the technical analysis for Pennar. MACD is showing a negative crossover, a death crossover. RSI sloping downwards. Stock right now has shown two red candles back to back. Even if I'm talking about the pivot level, where is the R1? R1 is at 67 though, but no, MACD, RSI are not at all looking very encouraging, right? So they might have gotten an order value of 100 crores. You can also check the fundamentals of that, right? Views on Nifty B's SIP for long term, why not? Nifty B's is, for just in case if you don't know what are Nifty B's, it's as good as you investing in a Nifty index mutual fund, but a Nifty index mutual fund which is listed on the stock exchange. So that is like Nifty B's. By the way, I do have a separate video on B's and index funds. So again, Pooja, if you're there on this on the chat, and if you know, just try and search Nifty B's and Rachana, or Nifty Index Fund and Rachana. Maybe you should be able to get it right. Tata Elxsi, yes, that is an interesting stock. Let me just pull it up. I mean, I know that the stock has corrected quite a bit. The high that we saw was of 10,750, and right now it has gone below the pivot level. I'll share my screen if you want, because I'm sure there can be quite a few people who are tracking this. So just sort of sharing this. Here you can see it made a high here, and since then it has been just correcting and correcting. The results were not in line with the expectations. That was the biggest problem. Right now it has also gone below the pivot. The only positive point that I see here is RSI already at 27, जा जाके और कितना नीचे जाएगा. Even if you see MACD here, I can see some sort of bottoming out in the MACD as well. So there is a possibility that we might see some, some sort of recovery from here. But be careful. Even if you see here as a horizontal line, if I'm drawing here, in the past, I'll just take it a little bit lower. So here you can see it hit a resistance here, again hit a resistance. Then you can see a breakout candle here. Okay, came down again, retested this just few 6-7 trading sessions here and there, went up again, hit this level, correct, went up, and it's again almost close to this level. So I believe that this level of around 6,700 can act as a good support, and if you believe that the stock is fundamentally strong, one may consider, I mean, of course, everyone knows this is not a stock advice, but one can consider, averaging out if you have entered at a comparatively higher levels, right? Again, not a stock recommendation, but fundamentally it's a good stock. This time's results were not good, and technically, I've shown you on the screen right now how it is near its support level, right? Views on UPL and PDSL. UPL not bad. United Phosphorus Limited, decent enough stock, above average stock. To be honest, I've never tracked the other stock you are saying, PDSL. So UPL is above average, right? No problem with that. PDSL. Today the stock has थोड़ी मोटी red candle है. So the earnings came out today. It seems. I should also check screener for this stock. Never heard about this. Screener is taking some time. PDSL. Okay. Garments. Okay, so retail. Okay. I'll share my screen so that even you understand some basic points about the company. Never heard about this stock though. Debt to equity ratio 0.87, not bad. ROCE not bad. ROE not bad. I mean, good. Sales growth is decent enough. Sales growth not bad. No pledge percentage. Contingent liability very small. EPS is also increasing. PE ratio is not increasing that much. Expected to give good quarter growth. Okay. And if I were to compare it, sales variance, okay, free cash flow is not bad. Sales also growing at decent enough, all-time high quarterly results, and operating profit at an all-time high. Operating profit margin still maintained at 4%. Profit before tax at all-time high. TTM all-time high. Sourcing has increased quite a bit. Okay, manufacturing margin is anyways less. Seems interesting, huh? At first sight, I do see something nice about the company. Operating cash flows are also good. FIIs are checking the stock or not. Oh, FIIs have reduced their stake here, but you can see DIIs have increased. No, almost similar. Almost similar. Public is entering this. Retail individual investors. Promoter also at a decent enough stake, continuous stake of 66.52%. Who was that? Saurav Saini. PDSL a good find. I think you should definitely check uh, a little bit more about the company, and then you can think about if you want to add some quantity about this stock or not. Prithvi patke khashil ka. Pooja is not lazy. Okay. Excited to be a student, ma'am. Love to learn more. Thank you. Thank you, Sumit. Okay. Madam, Nifty expectations on this weekly expiry. Yes, Ram, that's what I told right now. I feel it's more of sideways right now rather than a breakout scenario. All right. Views on Nika, Demat, and TCS. See, Demat, TCS, all-time favorites, no doubt about that. Fundamentally, very, very, very strong stocks. No problem at all. Nika is one which has seen a horrible correction. Uh, After the results, it was 6% down, followed by a 17% increase. Uh, but still, I mean, it's not yet able to sustain above its pivot level of 1180. If you remember last time in the previous Thursday live stream, someone had asked me, ma'am, what should I do with Nika? And I had told that if you have limited funds, then makes sense booking losses in Nika and shifting to another stock if you feel that the other stock has a probability of doing better. Don't be married to the stock unnecessarily. If you feel that it's not good fundamentally, you should be booking losses and moving on. If you have the holding capacity, it's a different story, but if you feel that you have limited funds, then it's always a good choice to you know, shift gears and look out for opportunities uh, which can fetch better results, right? So yeah, that's what I feel. Hemanji says our products are available in Patel supermarket in USA. Kya baat hai? Acha, is that so? Very nice. So Hemanji's product that is he's referring to is chai, Girnar chai, and I'm a total teetotaler. So definitely Hemanji, but I think I'll buy in Indian rupees from India and I'll take it there. वहाँ पे डॉलर में कौन खर्चा करेगा? INR में खर्चा करने में सेंस है ना? Okay. Chalo. Next one, worth holding Tata Chemical and Grasim, Rachana ji. Both are above average. Tata Chemical, thoda sa, you'll have to have a little bit longer view, not immediately from a short term view. Grasim, again, not bad. Okay. Bharat Forge TA, can we take new positions? TA, okay. Bharat Forge. Let me just pull up one more trend here. Super trend is also positive. It's going up and up. Only thing, how much is RSI? RSI is already at 72. Okay. Last 2-3 days. I'll share my screen. Okay, here you can see Bharat Forge. I'll switch off the super trend for some time. You can see that yes, it was in a consolidation, and these were the highs that you can just check, right? It touched a higher again, almost here. It has gone above this level. It will be very interesting to see if it is able to sustain here at 850 plus. last 2 days, if you look at the candles very carefully, at the higher levels it is getting sold into, correct? Anyone can tell me what sort of candle is this? One, two. If you can tell me what sort of candle is this? I'm stopping sharing so that I can read your answers. Hammer, hanging man. And Dr. Swati is the first one who has given the correct answer. It is a shooting star. Hanging man will be when the hammer body will be up, and then the candle. So that will be the hanging man, and hammer, inverted hammer are generally at the end of the lower trend, right? So that is it about uh, the candles on the technical analysis. Again, if you are not really aware about uh, technical analysis, I think it's really important, because you just can't look at only MACD and RSI every single time. You have to understand a lot of candlestick patterns so that you can be a better analyst as far as technical analysis is concerned. So what we have done, I have been talking about this quite a bit number of times. It is the blog section which you have to read every single day without fail. It is free of cost. And what we do in the weekly blog review is that, see, we have also mentioned here. So every Thursday, we also talk about what we had discussed, uh, and how the stock is doing. So on 7th of October, we had shared technical analysis of Bank of Baroda, and we had put forward the analysis that it will show bullishness if it sustains above 131. Stock was trading around 131 at that time, and it did sustain above that. Recently, it made a high of 151.75, which is 16% above the price. And in a matter of few days, here you can also see the chart. So, uh, highly recommended that you should watch, you should read the blog on technical analysis. It will give you a lot of insights. So, for those who have already done my course on technical analysis as well, right? And if you have not yet done the course, then of course, this Pooja, if you can again paste the link of the technical analysis course as well. That is where you're going to learn all the stuff about technical analysis. But then the question comes up is that once you learn it, and if you were to understand, so of course you'll get to learn a lot of things like, I mean, so many points. Price actions, the most important one. Something like a gap theory, island reversal, Fibonacci pivot points. A lot of points you'll get to learn. But if you want to revise all these things, you will also be able to do that with the help of all these stocks and news that we post every single day. And we also write here at the beginning only that there should not be a big read. It should be barely a 2 to 3 minute read, right? So please take out time from your schedules. It will only help you to sharpen your skills on technical analysis, right? So Bharat Forge, again, I feel that this is a high level to enter Bharat Forge right now. Two back-to-back shooting stars that I can see, so I would not enter at this level. Latent view is finally moving upwards. Do you see it going closer to 500 or more anytime soon? Chalo, let me pull up latent view for you. Latent view. It has cooled off quite a bit from its highs. I totally understand. See, have a look at this, man. This is so disheartening. From 756 ka intraday high, even if I say closing basis, it's still 700. And from 700, it saw a low of 305. At least from the lows of 305, it has gone up quite a bit. Saw a nice base formation here, and right now what you can see is it is sustaining above its pivot level of 383. I have drawn this line काफी पहले draw किया है शायद. You can see here it has taken a support here, again taken a support here, went down, saw this as a resistance, again similar resistance. I think this is a key level. Yeah, dips. This level is of 394, and I would want to round it up to 400. If it is able to sustain above 400, then it will be fun. I think the earnings have come out is what trading view says. Let us quickly check whether Latent View Analytics Limited quarterly results. Yes, September 22 data is out, and here you can see their sales are at all-time highs right now. Operating profit is at an all-time high. OPM is a little bit shaky. I mean, a little bit lower as compared to June 22 and as compared to March as well. But if I were to compare it with YOY, year on year, it's the same, right? If you compare the QOQ, it's 31 versus, I mean, 37 versus 31. And if I were to compare YOY, it's way too higher. 37 is compared to 22, so doing well. Even TTM figures at almost at all-time highs. It's maybe because of the results dips that is the reason why we are seeing an up move in the stock. Hopefully, it does well in the coming few days. Acha, by the way, no more super chats, please. I would be wanting to stop the stream in another 5 minutes, maybe. OPEC has told the US that it won't increase production. Crude prices may go up. Your views on impact on the Indian economy? Oh my God! If crude prices go up, it's not going to be a good sign at all. Again, I do have a separate video on crude oil, its impact. Pooja, again, if you can search crude oil and put the link of that video in the chat section, that will be great. I mean, of course, any time crude goes up, it's not going to be a good sign on the economy. It's a huge import that we do for crude oil, so we would always want crude to be as low as possible, right? Akshit Bhagchandani says views on PP Fintech, Bhansali Engineering, and LIC. None. Bhansali, in fact, I remember discussing in the stock of the month, and in fact, I told in that video that how sometimes prima facie analysis looks good, but if you dig down deep, you can end up with some different thought process only. So no, neither of these actually. Reddington India, इसमें क्या देखूं मैं? 1 minute. Reddington, I'll do the FA quickly here if their quarterly numbers have come up. Quarterly numbers have come up. All-time high sales. Achha, I have not shared my screen, I guess. 1 minute. So all-time sales high, operating profit high, profit before tax is also good. TTM numbers look strong enough. Debt to equity is also not bad. Cash flow from operations, oh my God, it's very, very, very shaky. From 1360 to 186 to 1068 to 966, 3497. Didn't like that. IT mobility. 6% up today. Maybe it is because of have the results come out today? Let me just check. Reddington India Limited. अच्छा आज ही result है, correct. अच्छा yesterday or today. Either yesterday, I guess it shows yesterday. Yeah, it's because of the results that we can see 7% move plus 6% move. Yeah, it's a result impact clearly. Views on NHPC future and predicted target price. I never predict any price, but NHPC not bad again. Slow moving though. Vinny, thank you for the super chat. No questions asked. Jazz, thank you for the super chat. No questions asked. Anupam Savle says, ma'am, thanks for the TA course. Like your style of teaching. Thank you for that. Request views on auto sector outlook. Gabriel in particular. Auto sector outlook looks very fine right now. All the numbers that have come up are very, very, very encouraging. There are a lot of advanced bookings that have happened in the auto sector. There are a lot of companies who are saying that we have not yet been able to deliver cars, and the orders are way too higher than what we can deliver right now. Maruti has come up with good numbers, and we can expect the same from Tata and M&M going into the same loop, right? As far as the stock that you are talking about, let me just see if Gabriel India has come up with their quarterly profit. No, they have not yet come up with their quarterly profit. so I can't comment on that. But overall, if I'm talking about the auto sector right now, seems very, very, very encouraging. I can definitely say that. No questions asked. Thank you for the super chat, though, Chintan. Prithvi is saying Hemanji is promoting. Nice. थोड़ा अपना it's the CARR family, तो थोड़ा एक दूसरे का हंसी हंसी मजाक चलता है. Why not? Bought Graphite India at 575. Should I hold and target? Okay. Let me check. Graphite India, you bought it at 575. Is it? Okay. I go. It is in a bad position right now. I can't see any signs of uptick also, Advit. So if you have bought it from a trading perspective, I hope you have your stop losses in place. If you have bought it from an investment perspective, I hope you have done the fundamental analysis. Right now, it seems to be, no signs of entry as of now. Bank of India and Maharashtra Bank for 1 year. Again, kind of slow moving. I would have preferred some other banking stocks rather than these two. Good time to aggregate HDFC Bank and yes, one more bank which I would have gone for rather than Bank of India and any other stock. HUL, I somehow don't like that stock much. If I'm not mistaken, the results were also not encouraging. Do I recall rightly? HUL, Hindustan Unilever Limited. I remember something of that sort. I think their margins are somewhere. There was a problem, is what I remember reading. As of now, I can't see a lot of pain here. As compared to the previous quarter, it's hardly up. 3479 versus 3402. I don't think the results were taken up nicely by the market. But longer term, chalo, okay, not bad. HDFC Bank, I would have given a better preference rather than HUL. And again, I never buy in bulk. So unless and until it's like, even if we have discussed our the live streams, June live stream and May live stream, that is also in 1/5 only. So yeah. Electra Green Tech long term, people love that stock. For a super long term, maybe you can consider Delta Corp. I don't like that much. Not bad category. Again, Fortis Healthcare also not bad category. Okay. I have few more. Whatever are the top 5, I can say from somewhat to somewhat. I've already discussed those. None of these fit into my selection. Doesn't mean that these stocks are bad at all. Don't fit into my selection. So, okay. Thank you for the super chat. No questions asked. Have good knowledge of market. Now, which course do I do? Jinit, if you have a good knowledge about stock market, if you know everything about, so actually the homepage itself talks about which courses. For a beginner, it should be basics of stock market, mutual funds, personal financial management. If you are very good at all the basics, ideally you should be going ahead with fundamental analysis, technical analysis. If you are very good at this also, then you may go ahead with something like art of value investing, wherein you can calculate what could be the target price based on valuations. That is art of value investing. If you want to do some sort of trading, then futures and options can be a course for you. And for those who want to enroll for the pro investor membership, not on a monthly basis but for a yearly basis, you can click here. Our YouTube pro investor membership, same copy paste stock of the month will be published here. And if you see, the YouTube pro investor membership is at 399. If you can take it at 400, and 400 into 12 comes to 4800. But if you're enrolling for the annual membership, you will get it at 4500, right? So that's a discount if you're going ahead with the annual enrollment. Just in case, if you already have your YouTube pro investor membership running this month, it's okay. Next month maybe you can consider enrolling for that. So if you have good knowledge, Jinit, and if you just want to stay updated with some good fundamentally strong stocks, pro investor can be one more choice for you, right? Dhanuka Agri Tech. Agri stocks, again, I'm not a big fan, to be honest, right? So maybe a small quantity, but not a big fan. It does, ma'am. I hold Polyplex for 2179 unit per unit. Please advise. So Polyplex, again, I would want to share my screen. Polyplex Corporation, StreamYard, share screen. And if you see here, 2 lots. First lot, I have already invested at this level. I've already told these levels in my Pro Investor special live stream. Second lot, I've already invested here. This level also I've told on the day of releasing this video, 1674. But whatever level I take, that is on a closing basis. Okay. So this day's closing was at also 1677, did not hit my level, and I did not buy. So even today, my third installment is not yet in, but feels good. Technical analysis does work, and I mean, this level which I discussed almost 2 months or 1 month, 1 month at least before, or 2 months before, I don't remember, but was able to guess that yes, this can be a level where ideally the stock should be seeing a good support. Still not bought the third tranche. Anyways, when I discussed this as a pro investor special, you should have at least 1 year view on the stock. And if you have a 1 year view, I don't think 2179 is going to be a big problem. Just I don't think that is going to be a problem. अद्वैत काय म्हणतोय बाळा? 4 नवीन सबस्क्रायबर्स, सगळ्यांना व्हिडिओ आवडला. सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचे म्हणजे आम्ही काम झाल्यावर कॅफेटेरियामध्ये बसून व्हिडिओ बघत होतो. आता या बॉसला काही कळू नये म्हणून उगाच काहीतरी लपवाछपवी करू नकोस. हा. Okay. Shruti, thank you for the super chat. No questions asked. Others, please, no more super chats. Will be difficult for me to take them. Views on Voltas and ICICI Pru. Fan of none. Thank you, but no questions asked. CG Power. Let me check quickly. CG Power. MACD RSI are not showing good signs right now. Today, in fact, the pivot level has also been taken out. I would not have entered at this point right now. Birlasoft and Sonacoms. If you ask me, either or Birlasoft. REC and OFSS, please. REC, if you tell REC and any other, REC is going to be the choice. In fact, again, if you have seen my Mahura trading video, in that I've talked about 5 stocks from somewhat to somewhat. This I've already talked about. REC is one of the stocks, right? Polyplex third tranche invested, no problem, Varun. Just almost, it was almost at that level, but didn't hit it missed it by 2 rupees. But yeah, that's totally fine, Varun. If you have bought it somewhere around 1677, third tranche is already in profit. Okay, no worries, and average price is good in that case. This week also I'm unable to join through Android. Can you please help? Where are you unable to join, Shashidhara? Maybe if you're talking about the courses, you can try through the desktop maybe. Should not have happened, but maybe if you can check, please. Could you mention your view on LIC Holding Finance? I am holding the stock since 490 for a long time. Okay. LIC Housing Finance. Just trying to pull up a weekly view. Not bad right now, to be honest. I can see a big gap down opening. I think the results were not taken positively by the market. 3% down on day one, 1% down, and then 8% down. Ooh. Results were not good, I guess. If it is only one quarter result, then it doesn't make sense immediately booking losses. But if it goes on for 2, 3, 4 quarters, then doesn't make sense holding in the portfolio in that case, right? I think this is the first time that it has shown such a bad reaction. So maybe if you would want to check out the results for another quarter, right? Uflex, Karur Vysya, Lancer Container, none. Bought Adani Enterprise November 4,200 CE. Should I hold or buy it tomorrow after today's results? Oh, if you're, I hope it's not a naked call buying. I mean, Adani, a stock like Adani moves very violently. Be in hedged positions, right? Because results is pure speculation. Okay, even if market has some direction over the result, it's not necessary that it will turn up in that way. So if you are taking any position based on result, please go ahead with a hedged position. We have to be in the market for a longer time. Never try to be rich in a single trade. Okay, that's my thought process. All right, I'm almost done with the super chats. Please suggest target downside for Voltas and ICICI Prudential. Would quickly go ahead with Voltas. First target on as a support, I can see at 843. Second one at 811. Okay, and if you are asking me based purely on some historic thing, right now it seems to be already pretty much down, right? So I think 850 should act as a good support for Voltas. Dilip, thank you for the super chat. No questions asked. That's it. Okay. All right. Some quick questions which are not super chats. I'm just going to quickly ask them. Please discuss Patanjali and USFB. It has seen a good downfall. क्या बात कर रहे हो यार, पतंजलि के कहाँ पे डाउनफॉल है? Where? क्या बात कर रहे हो यार? I'll quickly show you Patanjali chart. It will come up with an OFS at 650. Stock is at 1,356. कहाँ पे हो आप? Last 3-4 days fall. This is not called as a fall. It's normal चीज है, right? So Patanjali is doing really good. Again, it is in one of my stocks from somewhat to somewhat. So yes, I am bullish about that stock. Any other quick random reviews on Sonacoms and Bikaji IPO? Bikaji IPO review and Global Health IPO review releasing tomorrow. You can definitely have a look at it. So tomorrow, new video comes up. Devyani International, is it fundamentally strong stock? If you are aware about our Pro Investor memberships, we have already discussed about Devyani. Pooja, if you can also put in the link of our Pro Investor membership, it will be helpful for others to easily enroll for the Pro Investor membership. If the link is there, it will be easier, right? Just last one or two quick chats. Ma'am, I remember reading an article from Shankar Sharma where he said 70% of Sensex stocks will go nowhere. Bet on small caps to compound your money. What is it? Shankar sir is definitely an intelligent person, no doubts about that. With full respect to his thought process. My thought process is a bit different, right? Sensex and Nifty stocks, क्या problem ही क्या है उसमें? 12% compounding, 12% CAGR, I am happy with that. And if that is the same view of yours, then why even think about small caps wherein there will be a higher risk to reward ratio, right? So, which is a good ETF for SIP for 2 years. Go ahead with any Nifty, something like a Nifty B, na? So I think that is it. Answered quite a bit questions. Let me just quickly see if I can pin this chat. The Pro Investor link, I am pinning it in the chat section. Almost 2,800 people watching, almost 1,400 likes. Not bad, 50%. Kya baat hai? Just in case, if anyone who has not yet liked our stream, Lena, thank you for the super chat. Aman, thank you for the super chat. No questions asked. No more super chats, please. I'm done for the day. I'm feeling a bit sleepy. Got up, had a early beginning to the day at 5:30 in the morning. Now I'm sleepy. It's 10:30. Policy bazaar. You'll have to have a lot of patience for that, right? I mean, all the IT and not, I mean, all the companies which are more from an new age category companies, they are not doing well right now. So you'll have to have some patience if you were to hold on to this stock, right? All right, that's it from my side. I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. Don't forget to tune in to the next Thursday live stream. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do the next Thursday live stream or not. I'll be in the United States, as I mentioned. If I get a good range, I will, but I would want to enjoy the vacation, to be really honest. 10th and 17th, I'm not in India. 24th, I'll be back. That'll be the day I'll be back. I'll try to do a live stream. Acha, would you want me to do some random live stream from US? Would that work? Would you want me to do some random live stream? If that be so, I can do that. Sonzi says safe trip. Thank you, Sonzi. Make vlog, says Devendra. Okay, we'll try to do that. People are saying yes. All right. Lathaji is also saying travel vlog. Rajesh says, "Kya baat hai?" So I've never tried that. I'll try doing that. A random live stream will be fine. Fantastic. Okay, enjoy vacation. Thank you. Yes, it is a vacation. No doubt about that. But you all are my family members, and feels good to share some nice things with the family. There is a reason also why I'm going to USA. Google has invited me for an event. It's a closed door conference. It means that only people who are invited for the conference are allowed to attend it. We can't buy the tickets of the session and go there. So it's an honor to be invited all across the globe. Only 200 people have been invited, and I'm one of them. So feels good that I'm getting an opportunity to go there, and a lot of people from the senior leadership from Google and a senior leadership from YouTube will be addressing in that event. So we'll get to learn a lot from all these people, and whatever I learn, be rest assured I'm going to share with you all, right? So thanks a lot. Many people are also saying congratulations. Thanks a lot. That's super cool, says Niranjan. Thank you. Enjoy the vacation. Yes, I will. So it's kind of a vacation plus learning trip. Sonzi says you deserve this event. Thank you for that. Always my effort to learn something new, and whatever I learn, as I told you, I always make it a point to share it with you all, because the more I share, I believe that the more I as a person also become much more, next level, I can say, right? So thanks a lot for that, and I'll see you whenever time permits, next Thursday maybe. Right, till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.